afternoon. This is Derek Chamblee, broadcasting from Chamblee, Atlanta, the next great American city, Battleground Zero, the epicenter of the 2017 civil defense of the United States of America. Beautiful day so far in Chamblee, Atlanta. It's winding up on 1:30 in the afternoon. It's Thursday, August 3rd, 2017. Following the breaking news and Trump path and this special counsel, Robert Mueller's investigation. We're picking up an article, actually, it was posted by the HuffingtonPost.com on the 1st of August, and at any rate, the article is written by contributor Douglas W. Kamiec, K-M-I-E-C, and his background is that he was a U.S. United States ambassador. He's retired, a chair, constitutional law and human rights, Pepperdine University, former head of the Office of Legal Counsel, United States Department of Justice, Reagan and Bush 1. That would be Herbert Walker Bush administrations. And the headline, President Trump's survival may turn on Mr. Mueller's unconstitutionality. Okay. Now, it's actually picking up on an article that broke, I believe, the same day on the 1st of this month. And so we'll take it from the top. Today's Washington Post report that President Trump personally dictated the response given to the New York Times concerning the scope and nature of the summer 2016 meeting with Donald Jr., and after that initial response proved to be a growing list of Russian influencers, is disturbing news, to say the least. Okay, here we have it. Here, it's disturbing news. It's disturbing news. Okay. Now, this is a very lengthy article about the appointment of Special Counsel Robert Mueller and whether or not it's constitutional. Well, really, to sum it up, the whole thing is that the Special Counsel selected by the Assistant Attorney General after our current Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, recused himself, and after the particulars came out on after the firing of former director, FBI director James Comey, that he had actually written some notes and whatnot with some sit-down meetings with the president, and the president seemed to be attempting to influence him to basically exonerate former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. And there are other issues that go all the way back to the 2016 presidential campaign, when candidate Donald Trump was urging the Justice Department under the Obama administration, the Attorney General, the Justice Department, the FBI, meaning directed by James Comey, to indict, actually follow up and indict Democratic nominee for the presidential election, Hillary Clinton. And even to the point where in his rallies, candidate Donald Trump was saying, lock her up, crooked Hillary. It's criminal. And her handling of the emails and whatnot. And there are also issues in her appearance before Congress, her appearance, her sworn appearances, and before sitting down and being interviewed by the FBI for hours, things like that. And then there was the issue of the intervention in the 2016 presidential campaign of former FBI director James Comey, when he ordered the raid of Hillary Clinton's Washington, D.C. residence in July and confiscated whatever in regard to the email thing, whatever the FBI loaded up and confiscated at that time, which was very damaging at that time to the presidential campaign of Hillary Clinton. And then his intervention just days before the November vote by reopening the email probe, and according to, once again, Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton, that was very, very damaging to her campaign. All right. And so, and then at the point at which in July or something like that, candidate Donald Trump said something to the effect he hopes that the Russians can find the missing emails, the deleted emails of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Okay, so that seemed to be some sort of, signal or collusion. So these things are really rooted in the 2016 presidential campaign, and we mentioned it before that Special Counsel Robert Mueller has not been appointed to lay some foundation for some sort of impeachment of our current president, Donald Trump. He has been appointed to clean this mess up, to protect the FBI, to justify his former assistant, FBI Director James Comey, when Robert Mueller was FBI Director just prior to and just after 9/11 attack under the presidency of former President George W. Bush, and Robert Mueller did a good job at that time bringing the FBI into the cybersecurity world, and also protecting the FBI from the reports that were coming out, especially coming out of Florida, that the FBI had tracked at least 3 of the 4 lead pilots and their training in the fields in Florida there, just south of Tampa, and they had tracked their movements and had them under surveillance in the city of Tampa, and they had them under surveillance as far as their connections with a Muslim mosque in the north part of Tampa, and their movements close to the MacDill base, and the support they got locally from that, I call it a soft cell. And Robert Mueller did an excellent job as the new FBI director to basically withhold that intel from the 9/11 commissioners, so that those movements and that involvement of surveillance and even assistance on the part of the governor at that time, former governor of Florida, Jeb Bush, brother of the president at that time, George W. Bush, and their foreknowledge of 9/11 and even assistance to the Saudis to come over and learn how to be commercial pilots, a project that was really started under the first Bush presidency, George Herbert Walker Bush, in a deal with the Saudi royalty and dealing sophisticated aircraft to them. And so the deal was, well, we're going to have some Saudis, young men come over, and we're going to take care of them, and they're going to learn how to be pilots, so that they'll learn how to pilot this sophisticated aircraft. Okay, so this goes back a long way, but former FBI Director Robert Mueller did a good job protecting the FBI's reputation and bring him into the cyber world. And in essence, as we said before, after 9/11, the FBI became, in essence, under Homeland Security, the NSA, the CIA, the FBI became irrelevant, really. It remains part of the Justice Department. It remains the investigative arm of the Justice Department, which is under the appointment, the Attorney General, under the appointment of the President and the executive branch, to be confirmed by the Senate, which our current Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, was confirmed by the Senate. And then, at the President's direction, the Justice Department can be directed to bring cases and conduct investigations by way of its FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. And on the weekend that our current President Donald Trump tweeted that he knew that there was something to it, that he was under surveillance in the Trump Tower, and he wanted the director of the FBI, James Comey, to look into it, investigate it, and the FBI director didn't even go to work on Monday to work on it. He issued some sort of tweet that he's absolutely sure that the candidate Donald Trump, and even after President Donald Trump was not under surveillance in the Trump Tower, and so that was an issue in firing the FBI director. The president has to have the executive power, and this thing must be handled even-handedly, and we said it before, that Special Counsel Robert Mueller will justify the actions of former Director James Comey. And that goes all the way back to his interventions in the 2016 presidential campaign, and he will even-handedly review the email thing with Hillary Clinton and possible perjury in the FBI interviews as well as before Congress. And this thing's going to be handled even-handedly. And in the end, Special Counsel Robert Mueller will exonerate our current president, Donald Trump, of collusion with Russia in his campaign. This is DEREKH Chamblee. Beautiful day in Chamblee, Atlanta. Winding up on 1:30 in the afternoon. It's Thursday, August 3rd, 2017. CYRADYO, Cyber Citizen Network. Thank you very much.